the kitchen with fantastic Miss Candy Stone. I miss you so much.
I tell you what, every time Candy's here, we really don't know what's going to happen, right?
Never know.
But here's the only thing you do know. It's going to taste great or it's going to be amazing.
Well, thank you. Tawana asked me when I got here this morning, we got to work at the same time, and she said, are you crafting or cooking? And I said, well, it's kind of both. It's kind of both. So I did this last year when I hosted Thanksgiving at my house, and we had this homemade cornucopia as an edible centerpiece, and my family loved it. I mean, it just totally set the Thanksgiving spirit mood when they walked in my house and had this here. So that's just the symbol of Thanksgiving as far as
the cornucopia?
Yes, yes, of course. And so I have grapes and we're gonna have some cheese cubes to come out of the center. You can put anything that you like inside it, but it's the easiest thing to make. So we're going to show everybody how.
Yes,
yeah, this is the last Friday before Thanksgiving, so the perfect time to do it. All right, so you take a piece of foil. We're going to make a quick form. We're going to wrap dough around it. You bake it. That's it. So get the extra wide thing of foil. That way you don't have to measure the width and piece things together. It's 18 inches this way, and so we're going to pull out 30 inches. Okay, so 18 by 30. We're going to fold it in half. So now you have 15 by 18. All right, so kind of a weird square here. And by doubling it, it just makes it just a little bit sturdy.
Right.
Okay. All right, so you've got it here. You're going to take one corner, and you're going to kind of come this way, and basically we're just making a cone.
So you're not going all the way to the corner over here.
No, because then you would just have a roll. So we're going to come
almost like an ice cream cone looking thing.
Yeah, exactly, like a big waffle cone is kind of what we're doing.
I'm pretty brilliant.
You're close.
And kind of pull this way if you need to. And see, by doubling it, it just makes it a little bit tougher.
Right.
All right, and you can kind of control how large your opening is here. All right, so we're about 5 inches this way. All right, so when you get it this way, you're gonna pinch the bottom, and we're gonna fold just a little bit so it doesn't come undone.
Almost looks like a very big flour.
It does, but it's gonna get a little bit smaller. All right, so now here the thing is, we're gonna wrap it with pizza crust dough. That's the best dough I have found that does it.
This is right here, pizza.
Inexpensive store-bought pizza crust
I think
dough.
you got every man's attention out there. You just make it pizza crust.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
All right, so you're gonna take just little balls of foil here. Get some of the smaller ones so that we can really stuff inside here. So it doesn't collapse when we cover it with bread.
So this is where, like, if you've got kids, you can get them involved, making a bunch of little balls like this.
Okay, so you got the little ones.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty
These are
sure
just
there's going to be like
crumpled
some sort of foil fight involved in this
Yes,
as well.
yes.
All right, so once you
You
get
got
it
all
to
of
the end, and you can make it just as big as you like.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna just kind of close it up here. And I know it's kind of a messy little shape here. All right, so you've got your cone. Now to get your tail, you're gonna take the end and do that. And so since we doubled it before and you've got your stuffing in there, that will hold its shape as it's baking. And you can make whatever kind of...
Oh, that's really cool. I gotta give you props. That's interesting.
Nice,
so
right?
So now you put dough around it, bake it,
Easy peasy.
and then you're good.
And then you're the talk of Thanksgiving.
I gotta say, I'm just saying
I
how
did. It's
easy
very
it
easy,
is.
and it freezes really well. If you do decide to make one, put your cone form back in it so it'll support its shape. Wrap it really, really good with several layers of Saran wrap and foil. Put it in the freezer, and it'll be perfect for less than a week away.
Now we made a cool little.
Yes, we started out with a sheet of heavy-duty foil, 18 by 30. We folded it in half, so we had 15 by 18. Rolled it to make like a waffle-shaped cone. Here we go. We stuffed it with the foil to hold its shape. We folded up its tail. So here, all you do, we're going to spray this really, really well. This is just the Pam here. That's just going to keep your dough from sticking so that when it comes out of the oven, it slides out nicely.
And we got pizza dough.
This is pizza crust dough. I actually bought the thin crust pizza dough because it just, to me, it was a lot easier to work with. And I've done this before with the thicker. I prefer the thin crust. And it only takes 2 rolls of thin crust pizza dough because you get more per roll. It's a little bit longer of a roll than the other.
Thin crust is the best.
Thin crust, 2 rolls of that. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut about 1-inch strips. You can get several strips out of 1 roll. Like I said, it takes 2. So we're going to start with the tail. You start from the bottom and work up. We're just going to place, if we can get an overhead shot there, we can just place 1 piece at a time, and you're just going to come around very easy.
Oh, very cool.
All right, and you're going to wrap it kind of like a mummy. So just start where you left off.
So you embalm this thing, right?
Pretty much,
There
pretty
you
much.
go.
So start here. We're going to keep going around. See how it's doing? The colder your dough is, the easier it is to work with. So if you can keep it chilled as long as you can, that's going to work better. Slightly overlap your edges. And then you just keep coming around until you get to the very top. Right?
And then
so,
I guess this is an egg wash, right?
Yeah, so that's...
how do you not know what this is, but you know what an egg wash is?
Because I cook a lot. I love to cook. I know what I'm...
All right, for those of you that don't know.
the egg wash is for afterwards.
It is. An egg wash is 1 egg with a tablespoon or 2 of water. You mix that together.
And this thing, that makes it so look golden looking, right?
Exactly, and it makes it shiny. Notice it's got just a little bit of sheen to it. So it's not, you don't have to do it, but I mean, why not? You get a shiny cornucopia. What's better than a, than
I agree.
a shiny piece of
So can we dive into this thing? Or are we going to break it? Or are we just going to try
whatever you like. And the day after, or whatever that your centerpiece is not longer any use, make some really good, hot spinach or artichoke dip. Use your
that, yeah.
right,
Use
exactly.
that.
You could restuff it or just use it as your
Now,
pull-apart bread.
Now you got this here. Is this what you stuffed it with?
I did, because I just liked the way it looked. This, of course, is a tree slice here, but I loved how it looked with grapes and then just a little bit of cheese coming right out. This is just pepper jack and cheddar. But I just loved how it looked on my table last year when family came over to have the grapes and the cheese coming out. So you bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes until it's brown, however brownness that you like.
Fantastic.
Like it.
Well, Candy, we're so glad you got to be here today. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. You can watch our clip on Facebook and see how to make this. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning. Thanks.